Hi, my name's Nathan, this is the Future Game Show, and just the other week I put out a video praising the legacy of the PlayStation 2 while wearing what I now realise looks like Vice City pyjamas. Can we zoom? Enhance? Yep, that's a confirmed cringe. Great. But look, I just don't want to be one of those internet people that just moans about the state of today's industry. Because alright, maybe I do wish that the games of today were as experimental as the PS2 years, but that doesn't mean I don't love the games of today in this, the year of our Lord, 2022, is it? 3? I don't know, I stopped counting them years ago, to be honest. But someone give me a hand, what year is it? So I'll tell you what, here's a small list of games in the past few years which I loved dearly. Experiences which felt unique and experimental and in the best way possible reminded me of those beautiful PlayStation 2 days. You know, they say imitation is the highest form of flattery, and if that's the case, then Resident Evil, Silent Hill 2 and Dead Space should be delighted that Signalis has skinned their corpses and then turned up on the Steam store like the Buffalo Bill of gaming. But that undersells Signalis, because what's actually here is this gorgeously designed, harrowing love story that in the best way confuses you. I don't think we talk about that enough these days, about how enjoyable it is to be confused, because you can't really rationally comprehend Signalis' story, so you just have to kind of experience it. You know, like a newborn just taking in the kind of horrifying sights and sounds of it and kind of subconsciously understanding its symbolism and themes.
What up?
Thank you. Yep, I was getting a sense of that myself. And look, it might take a bit of time and thought to understand what's going on in Signalis, but I love that. And it makes a change from all the other games out there, which convey their themes with the subtlety of an airbag, before a man-child who's only ever read 3 books but makes up for it with an extensive Funko Pop collection breaks it all down for you on YouTube. Don't worry, I'll watch them as well. See all those video games that are trying to be funny by crushing up and snorting Marvel movies? They don't get it. Goose Game gets it. Goose Game ends with a punchline that is one of the greatest comedy moments of all time. Up there with Morecambe and Wise, up there with whatever comedians haven't ruined their legacy in their old age. Because you know what comedy is? Comedy is making a farmer fall on his bum. Comedy is a big goose's face on all the tellies in a telly shop. Comedy is trapping a wee boy in a phone box and honking at him until he cries. Although to be fair, that last one's a bit of a busman's holiday for me. Do you remember when L.A. Noire promised to be the definitive detective experience? Only for it to control like a shopping trolley with dyspraxia, and for all the character models to look like the practice dummies for facial transplants. Well, Lucas Pope took that personally, and he decided to go away and do it properly, leading to one of the most ingeniously designed entertainment experiences ever made. It's a game that lays the perfect amount of breadcrumbs to make you feel like a genius detective, piecing together exactly who died, when, where and how on this god-forsaken vessel. But thankfully, you've got this little trinket here, which allows you to see a snapshot of a dead body's final moments, which, you know, quite helpful when you're trying to figure out how they snuffed it. And it's a game that invades your everyday life. You know, you'll be playing it and you'll be stuck and you put it down for a while, and then you'll be on the bus, or you're taking a shit, or you're taking a shit on the bus, and you're like that, oh, Patrick O'Hannigan, I know what happened, he got speared by a beast. And then you get asked to leave the bus, which is absolutely fair enough. I'll be honest, right? I've got to be honest. I've actually not played loads of Rollerdrome, right? It's kind of just not clicking with me. It's not totally my thing, right? But I can't deny that gameplay loop is just, it's like as tight as a piano string, and it's more slick and innovative than about 90% of other games out there. But the main reason I want to talk about it and why it's on this list, right, is just look how gorgeous it is. Look how amazing it looks. And when I'm playing Rollerdrome, I just can't help but think, why can't more stuff look as unique as this? I mean, look at Spider-Man, look at Uncharted, look at Horizon Zero Dawn. They all look like the same boring bastards from the same boring bastard game. And it probably took some poor developer months to make Peter Parker look this realistically forgettable. Because I tell you something, not even a photograph is remembering that face. Jesus. Sorry, who is that again? I'm going to tell you a secret now, okay, come close. I think Guitar Man is the best rhythm game of all time. And don't get me wrong, I love Guitar Hero, I love Elite Beat Agents, but there's just something about Guitar Man, something about that music, something about that art style. Within the first hour of playing it, I was hooked, and it's one of my favourite games of all time. So you'll understand my heartache then to find out that Guitar Man has been very seriously canoodling behind my back and has birthed a child with Jet Set Radio, a child which they've christened Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush is an action game not a million miles away from something like Devil May Cry, but what's unique here is that everything in the world vibes to the beat of the song that plays over the level, and that means even you have to vibe to this beat. So I'm going to use a very Scottish word now. When you wallop enemies, you have to wallop them to the rhythm of the music. And I don't want you to think that you have to have rhythm to enjoy this game, because I am awful at it. I am terrible. I am shockingly at it. But I still love Hi-Fi Rush. And if I can love it, then you can too. I'm certain of that. It's quite embarrassing actually having this footage on the screen. I'm quite bad at it. Gonna not look at it. Sorry, I'm actually just getting a bit. Gonna just not look at me playing Hi-Fi Rush. It's quite embarrassing. I'm quite rubbish at it. Here's the thing I love about Sifu, right? It's about one thing. I love modern games, but a problem I see coming up time and time again is that they're trying to do too much. They're trying to squeeze in the stealth mechanic with the tennis minigame and the races and the Batmobile sections and the spray painting and the long haul trucking, and it's like, just do one thing. Just do one thing. And that's what Sifu does. It does one thing perfectly, and that one thing is punching. Just non-stop punching, guys, and it's absolutely beautiful. You enter a big room of guys, right, and you can't use the RPG mechanics to talk your way out of it. You can't climb into a Batman-sized vent and sneak round them. No, you have to show all of them the error of their ways with a curled fist. And look, don't get me wrong, right, I love a mature gaming experience. I love a deep, engrossing story, but sometimes I just love punching, guys. And Sifu is genuinely one of the best punching guy simulators to ever grace this godforsaken earth. Go on. Punch him. Punch him. Punch him. Yes. So there you go. Proof that I love modern games and I'm not just willfully stuck in the past crying over my PlayStation 2. Because look, I love the PlayStation 2, but you send me back there and there's only so long I'll last with all the Shadow of the Colossuses and Silent Hills, and then I'm just going to be stuck with Little Britain the game and Crazy Frog Racer 2. 2? They made 2 of those? And only one Guitar Man? Oh, I hate video games. Oh, hey, thank you very much for watching, especially if you've got this far. I really appreciate it. Please do check out some of the other great stuff we've got on the FGS channel, and I'll be back in a few weeks and maybe even talking about something other than the PlayStation 2. No promises.